Hey, howdy there again, folks. Me again, of course, Brandon Wenzel, coming back at you. Another offering off my sampler platter. Yes, indeed, folks, on Platter videos. Here's the videos I've been doing for a little while now, where I go over there to try food and drink items. I eat stuff and drink stuff, then I talk about the stuff. I let you know all that you need to know about hopefully delicious crap that you can go over there and stick in your gob and consume in any variety of ways, which you choose. You can blend it. You could go over there. You could grate it. You could stir fry it. You can do what you need to do. You know, I'm not here to go over there and give you that experience. I'm just here to go over there, try some stuff while I'm in my truck, and then go over there and explain the experience to you so that hopefully you can take away whatever you take away from whatever it is that I'm doing here. But doing it from inside the truck, if you watch videos for a while now, you know that if I'm doing inside the truck, I went to a place and found a thing. It's the case today, hence the grody-ass work clothes. So what am I trying for y'all today, folks? Well, we got two items up. Boom! And, better be in there. Yeah, there it is. Boom! But what are said two items, other than the fact that you might be able to tell that they're Taco Bell? It's kind of abstract art looking, but sure, why the hell not? Well, folks, we're doing a Taco Bell breakfast special, and I'll explain why in just a moment. Two items that I got specifically. I got a, let's see, a bacon crunch, or breakfast bacon crunch crab. Perhaps foreshadowing. A breakfast bacon crunch wrap, and a grande sausage burrito. Burrito, crunch wrap. So, why am I doing this? Well, I mean, obviously I've tried plenty of items from fast food locations here on the old show in the past couple of years that I've been doing it. And to that effect, it's just not too weird that I'd be doing this, but the thing is, typically I'm doing stuff that, you know, is newer or weird or whatever. In this case, that's not really, you know, so much. Like, Taco Bell breakfast has been around for a number of years now. But that's where things come into play, folks, because you see, about 8 years ago, in fact, specifically 8 years ago, I know because it came up in my Facebook memory feed, today, at the time that I'm doing this, hopefully I'll have this uploaded later today, this is the 8-year anniversary of the time I got tremendous food poisoning from Taco Bell breakfast. Yep. And let me tell you, folks, see, people love to joke, excuse me, people love to joke about Taco Bell, and, you know, it gives you the shits and it does this. And I had a fair amount of Taco Bell in my life. It's honestly probably my favorite food to grab after I go to a concert, because a lot of times late at night there's only so many places open, and I don't usually want McDonald's. Taco Bell's great for that, you know? Plus, every now and again, try one of their new items. I've tried a few items on this channel already. Go check out those videos. But I have had at least one time where I had a horrendous experience. And it all started with Taco Bell breakfast. See, folks, about 8 years ago, Taco Bell breakfast was a brand new item, okay? And it was, they'd, like, you know, marketed it, and it was going to be a thing, and it was going to do the stuff. So around the time when it first came out, like real early on, me, my buddy Dan, who doesn't watch my videos, fuck you, Dan, we decided, hey man, we're going to be early adopters. We're going to jump on this Taco Bell breakfast. So we headed out, went to a Taco Bell, and we ordered essentially between the two of us every item on the menu. Like, we were going to go full ham on it, right? Whole hog. And this is back when they had, like, the waffle tacos, and, like, they had a bigger variety of stuff than they do now. They've kind of cut it down to just the essential items. So we went over there, and we were going to try everything. And this is how new it was. The guy who was running things that day, as we were going over there and eating it, he actually came over and asked our opinion on it. He was like, so, because apparently, I don't know if we got it the first day or if it was like the first week or whatever, but apparently they hadn't had a lot of customers waiting for it yet. But we had it. It was fine for what it was. We went about our collective days. I went to go hang out with my friends. I'm hanging out at my one buddy's house. I'm sitting down on the couch. We're watching stuff. We're having a good old time. Eventually gets to the point pretty much everybody's gone except me and the guy who, house I'm at. And I decide I'm going to get up, go use the washroom. And all of a sudden, I'm not feeling good. Something's rumbling. I go use the washroom, come back, sit down, trying to kind of let everything out of my system. Half hour goes by, and I'm like, nah, dude, something's not right. I need to go home. I drive home. I go lay down. Whenever I'm sick personally, my go-to move is to just sleep my way through it. Grab a bunch of Gatorade, keep it close to the bed, and just crash as much as possible. Drink what I need to drink, use the washroom when I need to use the washroom. About an hour went by, and I woke up in a furious state. My body, my insides were screaming at me. And I had to run upstairs and get to the washroom as quickly as possible, where I then proceeded to go over there and spend about an hour and a half just from every end that you could conceive of, voiding everything that I had eaten throughout the course of the day. So much so, I even woke up my dad in the next room. It was a hell of a thing, okay? Now, I'm not going over there and telling the story to, run Taco Bell on the ground, because I still eat Taco Bell. And again, that's the one really bad instance that I've had. Worst case otherwise is like, maybe my order was wrong or something like that. Otherwise, I've been perfectly fine. But for years afterwards, I avoided Taco Bell breakfast. And by the way, to any of you folks who might be trying to defend Taco Bell in this moment and be like, oh, well, you don't know for sure. No, I do. Because when I went over there and I realized I might not be able to make it to work after this whole thing, I called up my buddy Dan because he's the guy. He was the backup guy for my job. I called him up and I explained, dude, I'm not feeling good. I think something went wrong. You might have to cover me. And he's like, I would normally be more than happy to do that, but I, too, am feeling absolutely horrendous. So there you go. The only thing that we had in common was Taco Bell breakfast. So anyway, for years I avoided it because I got too burned too badly. Eventually I did try it again. It's fine for what it was. And then the pandemic hit and breakfast went away anyway. It's been back for a little while now, so I've decided, hey, I'm going to do a couple items on the show here on the anniversary of one of the worst nights of my life. And if this goes over there and it messes me up again, then, well, lesson not learned. Let's start with the burrito. Like I said, this is the Grande breakfast burrito. It's with sausage. Burrito. What, the eggs and the sausage and stuff. I hope I get more sausage than that. It's a little bit light, but it's also in the front, so. So here's the thing. We're talking about breakfast. Food poisoning aside, the reason why I don't really do it all that often is because fundamentally, it's not that great. Now, I'm not saying it's bad. Like, it's okay, but the thing is that it's just okay. And as with the Grande thing, you got the eggs, you got, a little bit of sausage, you got some hash browns in there. All those things are fine. They make up, typical breakfast burrito. Even got a few red peppers in there. Or tomato, maybe. I don't know. Here's a fundamental issue, though. None of it is seasoned to an extent where it's really coming off as much of anything. It's fine. It gets the job done, but it's fairly bland. Like, I mean, toss some pepper on the eggs, maybe? You know, maybe a little salt. So just, because if you're over there, I mean, it's effectively scrambled eggs, right? Typically, if I'm making scrambled eggs, go over there, finish it off with some salt and some pepper. Which, by the way, do it after it's finished, after the eggs have sort of shaped. That's the thing I learned from, is it Sorted Foods? I want to say it's Sorted Foods. One of the YouTube food things. We'll say Sorted Foods. I watch a lot of their stuff. That's one of the tips that they had. Like, the salt and stuff can actually mess with the formation of the stuff. But that's the thing. It's like, clearly the eggs really aren't seasoned to any significant extent, if at all. And so, they make up a good chunk of the overall eating experience. It just kind of tastes bland. It's okay, but throw some sauce in there or something. You know, I mean, yeah, I know, obviously you can get sauce, but do something to make it a little bit special. That's what I'm saying. Because, really, if you're going over there and you're getting breakfast from a fast food place, whether it's McDonald's, whether it's Wendy's, which I did a video, it was my very first video, go watch that one. You know, you can go to a gas station and just get half these things in, you know, crappy little, like, $2 formats. You're going specifically to these places because you want better iterations of them. You know, if you want, you can get, you know, sausage patties with, you know, syrupy, filled, you know, biscuits and stuff like that. I don't want that, though. I want a McGriddle. Okay, that's what I'm going for, because I know that that is going to be better than something I could get at a gas station for $1.50. I'm willing to pay a little bit more for a better experience. Say what you will. With Taco Bell breakfast, this is not, I mean, it's, as a breakfast burrito, it's okay. It gets the job done. I would say it's on par with most breakfast burritos you could get at a gas station. But at the same time, I can go to the Speedway by my house and get a, you know, queso breakfast burrito for a couple bucks, and it's actually pretty good. It's probably better than this in terms of overall flavor. I might get a little bit more, you know, in terms of overall volume, which, yeah, I mean, that's part of what I'm trying to do in eating it, trying to fill myself up, but I'd also like there to be some flavor. And while there is some, it's just not enough, especially when you consider that Taco Bell, typically their stuff, even if you're not the biggest fan of it, it's pretty flavorful. You know, they do their stuff to go over there and make the stuff taste. Maybe not, you know, maybe if it's not your thing, it's not your thing, but at the very least, there's some flavor to it. In the case with this, it's like, it's so let down, and it's so clear that this is not their forte. And for me, if you're going over there and you're jumping into the world of, you know, fast food breakfast, do it the way Wendy's did it. Okay? Wendy's went over there. They knew going in that, hey, McDonald's is slaying it, man. They're the breakfast place. For a little while, Dunkin' Donuts, oddly enough, had it, which I've had Dunkin' Donuts breakfast stuff. I've even done a few things on my channel. Well, I did their omelet bites not too long ago. They're another place where, like, quite frankly, their breakfasts are okay, but, like, they're not, they really don't do enough to be special, in my opinion. You know, but with Wendy's, they went over there, they went out of their way to make sure that they could actually challenge McDonald's by going over there and having some stuff that's actually really solid quality for the most part. You know, there's a couple of items that are a little bit so-so, but their biscuits taste better than McDonald's biscuits. You know, the sausage tastes more like sausage. Like, they're putting that quality a little bit further. With Taco Bell, really it just seems like they were like, the old, you know, people like breakfast burritos. We make burritos, breakfast burrito. And it's like, yeah, dude, but again, admittedly, and to be fair, I think McDonald's, I don't know if they have breakfast burritos anymore, but I'm fairly certain that they used to, if they still don't. You know, it's like, dude, like, you know, come on, like, and the thing is, you go to buy a McDonald's, at least around by me, loaded to the brim, filled with people every morning. you go to Taco Bell, I was the only one there. Do something to make it special. But we still have one more item to go, to be fair. Maybe the bacon crunch wrap will fucking blow my mind and I don't think it will. Look, it's 1, 2, 3, 4. Hexagon. There we go. Not an octagon. It's a hexagon. It also looks like a 20-sided die. Let's try the thing. This is bacon crunch wrap. Now this one actually does taste better, to be fair. For one thing, the layout is kind of better. Got the eggs on top or bottom, depending where you're at. Hash browns. Got the bacon sort of on top of that. And it has a sauce that clearly is giving it an added kick of flavor. That should really be a thing in your grande fucking burrito. So, this, to its credit, is definitely a better item. But it runs into a similar problem, because although this has a better opportunity for flavor, because the hash browns are so prominent in it, it does have a sauce, still got a lot of egg, and the egg still doesn't really taste like much. It's there, but it's not really doing all that much. A little seasoning, just to give it a little extra oomph. And I know, folks, we're in a very health-conscious society these days. I'm not saying that's a bad thing. It's a very good thing, in fact. But going in for Taco Bell, help a brother out. That's all I'm saying. Just go over there. You know, I'm not going to Taco Bell because I want a healthy experience. I'm going to Taco Bell because I'm going to Taco Bell. So, again, while this is a better outing, for sure, and to its credit, this isn't something that I can get in a gas station. So it has that going for it. It's a unique item. But, again, the flavor is better, but it's still not fantastic. I've had better tasting breakfast burritos, and, you know. And at the end of the day, you know, they don't have a lot of breakfast items at this point. They've pretty much whittled it down to just a few. If this is your best, which I would pretty much presume that it is, I didn't get every item they had there, obviously, but it's kind of telling that if you go to Wendy's for breakfast, you have to get breakfast from the time they offer breakfast to the time that they end breakfast. You do not have the lunch option until, I believe, 10 o'clock or 11. McDonald's, it's a similar thing. You have to order from the breakfast menu during breakfast. With Taco Bell, the breakfast menu is a tiny little thing in the left-hand corner. And then the whole rest of their stuff is their normal menu. Now, while I don't mind that in terms of having that available as an option, at the end of the day, it shows they don't have a lot of confidence in what they're putting forth. Taco Bell. Not that I expect you'll see this, but should you see this, somehow magically, you've revamped a lot of things on your menu. I would personally say for the worst. I would, in fact, go over there, realistically, whoever has made these decisions, and fire them and make sure that they never get to work in any major industry again. I'm just saying. But, aside from that, revamp your breakfast menu. Go over there and make it something worth having it be competition. Otherwise, why are you offering it? If you're just going to have it as a little side thing, then just open early and just offer your normal menu. Because I'll be honest, there's been any number of times when I've gone to a Taco Bell, not that many, but there's been any number of times where I've gone to a Taco Bell early in the morning, and it's like, well, if I can just get a normal menu item, if I can get a beefy 5-layer burrito, I'm going to do that over a fucking grande with the hell ever burrito. You know, so to that end, would I recommend Taco Bell breakfast? Not really. There are way better fast food breakfasts McDonald's is always a good standard, say what you will. They know what they're doing as far as the breakfast stuff is concerned. Wendy's, you know, like I said, I've done a video review of some of their stuff. Yeah, to a lesser extent, Burger King, some people stand by it. I don't know, maybe one day I'll do a Burger King breakfast review at some point, but, man, they've never really had anything that's blown my mind. It's all been pretty but like my buddy Dan, again, who doesn't watch my videos, fuck you, Dan, he's a big fan of, like, their croissant sandwich. It's fine, I guess. So, yeah, I personally wouldn't recommend it, but by that same token, it's not terrible or anything, but, again, if you can go to a gas station and get something that tastes, you know, of a similar or even potentially a little bit better quality, you know, and you probably get it for a couple bucks cheaper. Now, to be fair, you can't, however, get a strawberry sunrise freeze. So, I'm a man who loves a frozen beverage. Perhaps far too much, but it is what it is. I'll die on that hill. So anyway, folks, that's going to do it for me. This is my, for all intents and purposes, my Taco Bell breakfast redemption video. Although, again, we'll see how things turn out. If it doesn't, then trust me, it will come up in another video where, you know, I bring up the fact that I had to, you know, writhe in agony again at some point. But I'm not expecting that. So, in any case, I'm going to get out of here. This video ran long. 5 things before I get out of here. Have yourself a great rest of your day, spectacular rest of your week, monumental rest of your month. Stupendous rest of your year if you could go over there and have yourselves a rather Wendy's breakfast rest of your life. Oh, yeah, that's right. I did it. Final 2 things for me, folks. Number 1, try to bring some positivity in the world. It's not always possible. It is, however, always appreciated, even if it doesn't always feel like it. But we can't do it all the time. I know I can't do it all the time. Here's what you do, folks. You try not to be an asshole, okay? It's going to happen sometimes. Obviously, I've gone over there, taken some pot shots at Taco Bell today. It's a little bit asshole-ish, but to be fair, given what I went through, I'm allowed. But day-to-day life, try to be nice to each other when you can. If you can't, because sometimes, you know, you're just not in that way, just try to mitigate the level of assholeness in your life. That's all you got to do, okay? You're going to fail sometimes. Don't beat yourself up. Go over there, take a second, take stock, try to do better. Very final thing, folks, do the thing. Whatever the thing is for you, that's what I want you to do. Maybe you're going to go over there. Maybe you know somebody who works at Taco Bell, and you're going to be like, hey, I saw this guy. He was covered in paint and stuff, but he seemed to know what he was talking about with our breakfast item. So maybe we need to go over there, and we need to listen to this guy. Maybe we'll go over there. We'll toss him like an honorary position. He can be a spokesman or like marketing guy, but like where he doesn't actually have to have a degree in marketing or anything because he doesn't know anything about marketing, but, you know, he knows about eating stuff. I'm just saying. Just saying. Or conversely, you could go over there and do something far more worthwhile with your time. Like, go to a bird sanctuary or something like that. Bye.